Now, in this video, it's going to be kind of a rant video, just as my experience on Snezhnaya as a whole. Obviously, I haven't experienced every single thing. I will say the things I'm going to be talking about in this, maybe how I feel about Snezhnaya, how I like the Archon quest, which I did get spoiled on a bit of the Archon quest, but nothing major important, except from like the fact that Paimon was from Snezhnaya. That's the only bit I got spoiled on, which, yeah, like I saw a voice line literally before I even played. It was on a show and I just listened to it, didn't even realise. Either way, and we're going to also be talking about the Goggles' world quest, or aka the Eye of Grey's world quest, because I actually really enjoyed them. It was probably like my playthrough of it, because I kept talking a bunch. It was like 4 hours worth of video. That's because I kept talking a lot, but I think the overall quests are probably like 3 hours altogether, maybe, if that. Either way, the world quests of those were really good. Those are the things I'm going to be talking about. As Snezhnaya as a whole, I actually really do like it. Like the whole thing, I think it's very easy to make snow looks good on most stuff. So the whole like aesthetic, like how Snezhnaya looks, most of the places, especially that palace, like the crown or pale prince palace. Let me open like Genshin so I can actually do this, because then I can obviously remember the names. Sometimes in Genshin, like certain names aren't the easiest to pronounce. I have to get into that. But going off the Archon quest, generally speaking, the Archon quest was really good. I did enjoy it. I actually didn't think most people would enjoy it too much. Obviously, it is carried by Renova. Like, the second part is carried by Renova. I'll call my second part there. But, the first part, anyway, where, like, we just talk a bunch. Like, a lot of people, I think, hates, like, it's not a lot, but I don't really know how much people, but I have seen certain people who hate Samaria because it's too talkative, which, to be fair, looking back at it, I don't like it for how talkative it is, especially with the recent Samaria quest. I did enjoy the action stuff where it was 100%, but they talk for so much that you actually just want, it's not even the fact that my attention span is just bad. Yeah, I guess you can like factor that into account, but the fact that they talk for like basically hours on end without really any progress, really, like, you know, thingy. But with this, it's basically another character. We get to go to each place all out, get to meet some Harmingers, get to meet Odette, all of that in Act 1, which I'm surprised they introduced a bunch of characters in Act 1. Normally this game likes to introduce them like thingy, just get them all like even like world quest or like their story quest, especially in Act 2 where we see the Saritsa. I was honestly gonna think they were gonna do like a Vodka thing where they basically like show us her voice or something, but like, she has a whole cutscene which we will probably get to see her, and hopefully a lot of her in Act 3 and 4 in 6 weeks time. I'm really looking forward to that. It's like the thing that's keeping me so hyped, seeing the Saritsa and how we'll interact with the Saritsa. When I'm saying that, things make me really getting me really hyped. I will say I also love the Fae. We obviously know some Fae from Nocrai, Flynn's, Lena, however you say her name, and obviously her sister. And there was no Fae at that tournament in her story quest. We know some Fae were from here, and just in general, also her sister, you can actually see it in Nocrai, in Snezhnaya's like circle. I saw when walking past, I thought that was very nice personally. Okay, getting off track. Renova stuff 100% was so good. I will say, like I said, the reason I thought people didn't like this quest, I was surprised how much people enjoyed this quest a lot. Never said it was peak, etc. But I think that's obviously being carried by Renova. Like, a lot of people probably didn't like the murder mystery aspect of stuff. It 100% was good, but the fact that you knew Renova was going to probably be involved somehow, because obviously the trailer most people knew, so we knew Renova was going to be involved somehow, and this was related to Renova. And I will say, as soon as a playable character died, you know there wasn't any consequences. As soon as I forgot his name, Valerie, or like the three god or whatever he's called, died, he's going to be playable, so you know there's no consequences. And obviously all playable characters die, but the one moment that character dies, you know there's no consequences, because Genshin, as other horror games, don't like to kill off playable characters. So the one that happened, it happened later in, so you actually feel like other people do die. But the moment that character dies, you know there's no other everlasting consequences. And maybe, who knows, maybe in the future Genshin will rebuild and kill off a playable character. Like maybe they kill off, like, for example, Wanderer or something. Like his story's completely done, they kill off Wanderer. Wanderer's one of my favourite characters, but if they kill him off, it would annoy me, to be fair. But if it's a good send-off, I think I don't mind. But they obviously keep it around so they can introduce him in the story, make more people want to, like, wish for them. And yeah, I will say, like I said, things I'm looking forward to in the next patch is definitely the street, so that's like the main one, and how we're gonna eliminate Renova, and more about Panama's past, and then just interacting with the other 2 members if we become the so-called new 12th for 2 member, or 10th, I don't know. Either way, yeah, okay, let's talk about the Google's World Quest. Generally speaking, I said my reaction so much, I even just play a clip if I get. I love that outfit, like, it looks so good. Like, it's probably one of my favorite NPC designs. Maybe I'm the only one who constantly says this, and everyone else is like, yeah, sure. I love like the NPC with like the suit when we go to that wedding thing. She appears again. No, he appears again. He appears again like in the last quest. But either way, I really like that. I did it in like different order, but I don't think it really matters which order you do unless you do. I think the only one that matters is maybe if you do the 3rd one, like the palace one. Obviously, before the other 2, because I think you still can do it before the other 2. But you can do them probably either way, but I think you do get different voice lines if you, for example, I did the wedding one first, then I did the tree one, and I got like different voice line compared to everyone else that we already know the character, so they didn't like have to introduce themselves, etc. It was like, and then, yeah, so it does give you different voice line to do it like that. We'll say, really love the train stuff, especially at the palace area. What's the palace called? I keep forgetting the name. Pale Crown Palace. Obviously the whole idea for the goals or thingy, like I said, spoilers, and if you're watching this, I'm assuming you know, have seen it, or you don't care about getting spoilers and stuff. Either way, I will say the like main builders Argon Quest, or not Argon Quest, World Quest, like what came up a bunch was the former Cryo Archon. Now we hear that a bunch, and we actually see or hear the Cryo Archon. We don't really hear him, we have to read it because it's World Quest. Anyway, we hear him, and the nice NPC that I said was looking, I believe that is the Cryo Archon, well, what he used to look like in his younger years, if I was reading it correctly. That was what the Cryo Archon used to look like in his younger years. Obviously, we don't know how he looks like when he's older, but that's the NPC that he was talking through. And at the end, he ends up getting lost in the Shadow Realm with the cool jester of his or whatever. I've forgotten him, and even if I do remember the name, I don't think I'm saying it because like reading names is way different. Either way, I love the whole thing. We don't know if Ghouls is still alive or whatnot. I will say, if he isn't, people who don't do these world quests will probably be so confused if he ends up not appearing in the Arkham quest. Like, he just goes completely offline. We don't even know him. We have no idea where Ghouls is, and he's just offline. So I'm assuming he does return the Arkham quest. If he doesn't, it will be so weird, especially like they just probably wouldn't have any idea why he's not there. I'm just thinking in my head, it makes me laugh. But either way, I'm hoping Gongs is like, he reminds me of like Zenitham Zero's like AI thing they have, like, you know, the AI series, Fairy. That's the name they have. Fairy. I forgot the name, it just came out to me. And that reminds me of that. I've also said multiple times, I really do hope Genshin give us the option to fully equip the new Shadow Realm skin for the Traveler, because I really do like it. Like, it looks so sick. I love the music, and that's, like I said, that's that, but I love the music and the background for Snezhnaya. You can see me sometimes admiring it. Obviously, most of the time, I'm just focusing on like either reading, obviously listening to the Argon Quest. Like I said, the only slow part of the Argon Quest, personally, was the whole murder stuff, because you have to go through the whole thing. You kind of know when you wake up someone's gonna die, etc. I will say, compared to most people, I actually didn't realize the low shot thingy it wasn't coming to my mind. I was like, Alicia can't be dead. There's no way. To be fair, personally, I wasn't suspecting anyone. Then I was like, wait, Alicia? And then when they said it, it makes so much more sense, especially when other people figure out straight away. It makes sense. It does make sense. I really do wish we got more to see of Alicia after, like, maybe, I guess he probably didn't remember or whatever. But either way, it would have just been nice. Maybe we got a flashback of Renova taking over his body or killing him. Would have been great. Either way, like even now, when I see some Genshin edits or whatever, he feel like doing Genshin edits of like Renova, but in Alocia's body is so weird. By the way, I like it. I will say the whole time I was like, Alocia's just like ruler of death, especially her entrance. By the way, it looks sick. I will say, from what it seems, Renova's probably gonna be the warrior of Snezhnaya, I would assume. Like how maybe in these next 2 quests we defeat Renova. It could also take longer, but Renova's not the main goal of Snezhnaya. What I'm saying, obviously, it's a big stepping stone for the Heavenly Principles, but the Snezhnaya's and Cerisa's main goal is the Heavenly Principles. So I don't know how long these Arkham quests are going to be. Like, I think the longest we have is obviously in Luna stuff with like, I think Luna 10. We got it too. So maybe we have like even like 15 Arkham quests. I have no idea how long, like how much Arkham quests we're getting for Snezhnaya. I don't know if it's been confirmed or how much. But either way, from what we can tell, that they have to fight all the shades and kill and like fight the Cerisa. Or the not fight Cerisa, fight the Heavenly Principles. So like Renova's definitely not the main goal. She's a big stepping stone because to even like get the weapon working, they have to obviously overcome her curse of death. We also learn that basically everything placed on this world is a curse. Even the god's love for humanity is a curse. And obviously Farina's long lifespan placed on her by Focalors, a curse. There's a bunch of curses in this game. Makes sense. I also said when we were talking about the Fae and like Palvina's fae or whatever, the blue elf kind of fae, I thought they're called. Either way, like they said I think they were born for love or born out of love or something. There's something like that. I was like, is that a curse placed upon them? I guess I don't really remember what the quest was like in my head, like their whole relationship with that. But either way, that was like, because now that's stuck in my mind. Every time someone's talking about a need for something, I'm like, is this a curse, etc.? I don't know. Like I said, really enjoyed the Arkham quest 100%. I didn't think I would enjoy the world quest as much as I did. Like normally world quest, except from the moon world quest, I did that off screen because I was too lazy. I haven't even finished, I don't think. But that's voice, so it's like less pain. This isn't voice, so I have to read it. So I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. And see, when reading, you can easily miss stuff because I sometimes skim over stuff and stuff. But either way, really enjoy it compared to how I just thought I wouldn't. To be honest, we see the former Cryo Arkham's actual true form, and he was made by Hyperboreans to be the primordial Cumin, and he also came from like the Nebula, whatever dragon, the one who imprisoned the 3 moon sisters or moon goddesses. He came from like his corpse or whatever. And we also know his beast dragged him out from a war or whatever. I'm assuming the war is the Archon War. I don't think it was ever mentioned, the war. But I forgot how long the Archon War is or when the Archon War is. But this might be maybe the Cumria stuff. I don't know what war he went to per se. I have no idea. Maybe we'll find out more. I'm assuming they might mention the former Cryo Archon in the Archon quest regardless, and we'll see, and maybe we'll even bring up the world quest or whatever. If you've done the world quest, it'll bring it up, maybe, and you have some more dialogue, I guess. Either way, like I said, this is just a rant video, so I'm just ranting on. I will say, like I said, really like the train station. I also really hope that they had like shooting events, like the whole like skill-based matchmaking or whatever. Maybe not skill-based matchmaking, but like just skill-based like Genshin or whatever. You do an event for like just like co-op event. You'll get like rewards for doing co-op. How much kills you get like against other players. It would be so fun. I guess realistically they could. I think this might be midnight. If this is in Mini Astro Wonderland, people might play Mini Astro Wonderland way more to play like the Shadow Realm stuff. 100%, I can see that happening, because obviously it gives more of a skill base to Genshin if they make it a bit more skill based. Because obviously some guns are overpowered against monsters, but I guess against real players they can make it a bit more power scaling, etc. Like how good you are at the game. It would be nice, and a lot more people would like it per se, and it will give more people reason for people to play the game other than doing the Arc Conquest or 100% Snezhnaya. I will say, before I wrap this up, someone like I saw a short of someone somehow completing Snezhnaya within like 24 hours or less than 12 hours. I think it was like 16 hours or something. I'm like, how? It might have been I don't think it was 48. It was like 14 hours, I think. I don't know. It was like something like that. I don't know how you even complete Snezhnaya 100%. Mine says 9% right now. Actually, I can just check here. Down. I have current total exploration progress 43. To be fair, that's quite good. But like of the Flame Feather Valley 65%, Tundra 50%, Fell Frost Peak 47%, Everfrost Earth 24%, White Birch Snowgrave 56%. To be fair, my percentages aren't that actually bad. Like obviously a lot of this is chests or other stuff, or even like slow quests where you can do randomly. It isn't that bad compared to what I want. Also, I'm assuming since now we'll have an expansion probably next update or update after, they definitely will have an expansion. I'm saying this because this is obviously the biggest nation in like this game, so I can definitely see them having a big like expansion 100%. Like this has to like be massive because of how much they talked about being the biggest nation. So yes, they definitely will. I think they definitely will increase the what's there. Also because they were talking about like the north or whatever, how like they introduced Varga and he's flying away, then they end up bringing that place back. So realistically, then maybe next update they even like expand it on there. I don't know how big Snezhnaya's gonna get. I'm assuming it will at least be expanded on eventually, like even like quickly. I don't know how long. Either way, really excited for the next quest. I might do a like rant video after the next Arc Quest, but I'll probably be made all my Arc Quest. And if there's a world quest there that intrigues me, I will definitely hop onto it. Like the big world quest, I definitely will do a video on it in the future. 100%. Like hour-long world quest, lore world quest, definitely will be there. As of right now, I'm really hooked to Genshin, so I recorded about 3 of those like story videos today. The 3 of like out of 4 of those videos are recorded today on the thing. So yeah. Also, just before I go, I have uploaded my Arc Quest. You can find them on my channel if you guys want to watch. They're about 5 hours long. I've also uploaded all of my what's the word? World Quest. I've uploaded all my World Quest videos, so you can go check them out here wherever you want, because if you guys want to see my reaction, or you guys can't be asked to play for it yourself, I guess. Either way, I've heard you. See you guys down. Subscribe. Sorry just for wanting to rant about this bit, because generally speaking, I have nothing else to do, and I might do this in the future because it feels nice to just kind of talk and give all your thoughts, right?